Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Mondays at Microsoft. I am Karuana Gatimu, and I am so excited to be here to talk with you about the next 2 weeks of everything that's happening across AI and modern work and AI business solutions power platform here at Microsoft. And I am joined by my wonderful friend.
Hello, everyone. I am Heather Cook. Good morning, Caruana. Hello, hello. I am a principal community evangelist for Microsoft 365 Customer Advocacy. Thrilled to be here. And today we are joined by a special guest, Arvind Mishra. Arvind,
Hey,
hello.
hey, how's
Yay.
it going? I'm stoked to be here. I appreciate you all having me.
Um,
I'm a principal product architect. If the audience is wondering, I work on the OneDrive team, and I've been on it for I don't know a number of years, uh, working on growth and all things user experience. So
Awesome. Very cool. And what are you going to show us today? Is there a favorite feature that you might be
yeah.
talking about?
Well, being a child of the internet, let's see. I love working in the browser, and so one of my favorite experiences on OneDrive is OneDrive Web, and using
Okay.
that. Yeah, I don't know if you know, over the last couple of years, we kind of redid the entire experience, and yeah, it's an awesome experience in the browser, and I'm going to talk about all the reasons why I love it.
Sounds awesome. Well, we're going to come back to you a little later and check that out. We're going to get into our big rocks and stuff. So let's do that, Caruana. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's get into it.
Very cool. So we have a bold leadership update at Microsoft and how Copilot is accelerating commercial growth. Woo woo. So congratulations. And 40 years of Excel. We'll celebrate its past and explore what's next with AI. Caruana, what else?
We're also going to take a look at how NPUs are powering the future of Windows PCs with Copilot delivering smarter and more efficient AI, and the new Microsoft Agent Framework giving developers powerful tools to build and manage multi-agent system experiences. Oh, that's right up my alley. Stick around with us for the next 30 minutes. You will not want to miss all of the exciting news we have to share. And wherever you're watching, please like, share, follow, bring a friend, have a coffee with us while we're talking about everything that's going on in the Microsoft universe.
Absolutely. Oh, and a big thank you to our sponsor, Shure, who makes us sound fabulous as well. So,
We love them. We love
yes.
them.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, and thank you for, the in-person hello last week too, which was really cool.
Yes.
So, as we are planning future episodes for our next season, we would love your feedback. So, we wanna hear your favorite segments, how you watch the show, where you tune in from, and any suggestions you have to shape the future of Mondays at Microsoft. So, you can visit the link below and share your thoughts. We love hearing from you, so thank you so much. And I am going to lead us into our Big Rocks segment with Caruana telling us what's going on in the AI landscape. So, Caruana.
There's so much happening here. I think that the reason for this show is still valid. We're still trying to keep up with all of the new innovations and changes that are happening. And workforce transformation is one of those, and Microsoft is no exception. We made an announcement last week that we were accelerating commercial growth with Microsoft 365 Copilot and our leadership update. And we envisioned something bold for the future. Judson Althoff, who I've had the pleasure of meeting directly, has been promoted to CEO of our commercial business area. And some of you might be wondering, what the heck are you doing over there, Microsoft? Well, this is going to allow us to operate more quickly, to make smarter, even more fast business decisions, and allow Satya to continue to focus on the technology and the strategic and visionary leadership that he brings to our company. So we're very excited about this. Judson's one of those people that is amazingly connected to the people of the company, and his track record of driving customer success makes it a clear signal. Microsoft is aligning its commercial strategy with the transformational power of AI. He has an amazing track record, of course, with customers, but I think it's also important for people to know that inside the company, he does as well. This is it's important for your workforce in a change like this to understand the strategy and feel motivated by it. And I can tell you that we do. And so it's not something that affects everyone day to day, but we clearly are thinking strategically for the future. On the product front, Microsoft 365 Copilot continues to redefine productivity from small businesses to global enterprises. We know this is happening out there because you are telling us all about it. And so we want to make sure that the information that Forrester found in its study that early adopters achieved a 35.3% return on their investment through increased revenue, lower costs, and faster onboarding. We want to make that true for everyone. We're thinking about the democratization of this AI opportunity as much as we are all the new fantastic tech. And so Microsoft is expanding Copilot with role-based experiences for sales, service, and financial professionals, and delivering intelligent assistance directly into Outlook, Excel, and Teams. We want that AI capability to be right where your people are. These announcements highlight a pivotal moment of visionary leadership paired with all of our AI experiences. So, yeah, it's a big deal what we're doing inside and outside of the company. And we're happy you're along with us for the ride. And now, Heather, 40 years of Excel. Oh my goodness. Am I that old? Wow.
No, yes, maybe. I don't know. Me too.
I
I
don't
know.
know, right?
I know. Like,
maybe yes,
yeah.
I am. Maybe yes, I am, and that. But that's fantastic. Good to see how it's transformed. I bet they're going to do some fun things, and you're going to tell us all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's super cool. So yeah, this next big rock inspires our question of the day. So if you're watching live today on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook, we're live on all three. We invite you to answer this question in chat. So what's the most creative or unexpected way you've ever used Excel? And Caruana and I may share that later too when we follow up on your question. So definitely let us know in the chat. So, I'm talking beyond the traditional spreadsheet. Have you used it to make art or build a game or, like Sudoku or create an interactive dashboard? Let us know. So the reason that this is the question of the day is yes, 40 years of Excel. So it marks that major milestone in the world of productivity. And since its debut in 1985, when I was rocking a perm back in high school, you bet, Excel has evolved from a simple spreadsheet tool into a powerhouse of data analytics, visualizations, and decision making. From finance teams crunching numbers to students tracking budgets, Excel has become that indispensable part of our digital lives. So over the decades, Excel has continuously reinvented itself, right? Introducing features like pivot tables, yay, pivot tables, conditional formatting, and most recently, Python integration and Copilot AI capabilities. These innovations have transformed how we interact with data, making complex analysis more intuitive and accessible to everyone. So as we celebrate this iconic tool, Microsoft is also looking ahead, of course. With the integration of Microsoft 365 Copilot, Excel is stepping into a new era of intelligent productivity. Imagine asking Excel to analyze trends, generate forecasts, or even write formulas for you by just typing a prompt. And that's the future that the Excel team and Microsoft are building. So here's to 40 years of Excel, empowering users to turn data into decisions and spreadsheets into stories. Oh, I like that. To read more about Excel's journey and what's next, you can check out the full article on the celebration. So we're going to head into our In Case You Missed It section and make sure and put your answer to that Excel question in one of the chats. Caruana, we've got some great In Case You Missed It stuff that I know you're going to talk to us about. So what's going on?
We do have a lot of stuff. And does it count that I used Excel to track my entire wardrobe for my honeymoon? Yes, I did.
Yes.
I have a trip Excel that I use, and it's got drop downs and everything, and it's color coded in case I need something
Absolutely.
new. And
Yep.
hey, we
Yeah.
just gotta
Yeah.
Excel is good for so very many things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I think holiday cards, holiday gifts. Like I have, many, many spreadsheets of tracking stuff,
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
100%. I love
Yep.
my lists in SharePoint, but for my personal, like, what am I taking on holiday? And
Ooh,
it's been very useful.
let's see. Abby says we made quilt squares in Excel when I was in school. Oh my
Oh,
goodness. How
wow, that is
cool.
really cool. See all these
Oh yeah.
excellent uses of
Deb.
Excel. That's the
Sure.
thing about technology is you build it and you don't always know what everyone's going to do with it.
Mhm.
I know that worries some people about certain kinds of technology, but I've always been excited to see people's creativity. It's,
Yeah.
for the most part, being overwhelmingly positive, the technology that we have today. And
Yeah.
this first, in case you missed it, is part of that transformation. You can't have amazing technology unless you have the machine to run it on. Now, sometimes those machines are in the cloud, but if one is on your desktop, a Copilot Plus PC is, I hope, what you are thinking about. One of the little acronyms that you may hear, but you may not know, is the NPU, the Neural Processing Unit. And the neural processing unit is really paving the way towards more intelligent Windows. And it's a tiny but powerful AI engine that's built into the Copilot Plus PCs, which differentiates that from other PCs across the market. And it was an innovation that was originally used in smartphones and has now been applied to these laptop and desktop machines. It's been developed with Silicon Partners for our latest line of personal computers, and it speeds up AI tasks locally. And it's important because you don't want to go to the cloud for every turn that you're doing with your AI experience. And so a lot more happens on the device. It enhances all sorts of digital experiences in that way. And what sets Copilot PCs apart is the requirement for the NPU to be capable of 40 trillion operations per second. Yes, tops 40 trillion operations per second. Ooh, sometimes these numbers we can't even really comprehend them, but that's super fast. Let's just say that that's super fast. So, know about these NPUs. If you are for work or home or for your friends, because you're probably telling your friends what they need to buy, make sure you're looking at those specs of an NPU. We hope you're considering a Copilot PC. The innovation that's happening on the hardware side of the business that we have at Microsoft with our partners as well is just as important as everything else. So you can check out more about it in this article. Now, I'm all about those business results. And so this next story is really interesting. Copilot helps one of Canada's largest credit unions, go beyond the numbers to create some more personalized services. Nobody likes it when you try to talk to your financial institution and you get like this robotic sounding automatic agent. That's really problematic. So we're really spotlighting this major milestone in AI adoption. First West Credit Union, again, one of Canada's largest credit unions, has become the first enterprise financial institution in the country to deploy Microsoft 365 Copilot to every employee. That's over 1,300 team members. From branch managers to financial advisors, Copilot is transforming how First West serves its 280,000 members. And so staff now use AI to instantly access procedure, member histories, and even navigate complex mortgage documents. And that saves time and improve services, right? You want to be in and out of that bank. You want to make sure that your information is available but protected. Of course, that's what Microsoft 365 Copilot does. And the CEO, Lowney Skinner, he emphasized that Copilot isn't replacing people. It's amplifying human connection. I want you to get that. The AI experience is amplifying the human connection, allowing the people inside of the bank, the employees of the bank, to have more time to connect with customers and provide better service. This is an awesome case study, especially for those of you who might be in the adoption space and in the leadership space, to help people understand how this is supposed to happen. Everyone knew someone using it was one of the other comments from COO Paul Browder. And this is a fantastic example. So when you're thinking about your AI implementation, think about the human connections that need to be amplified in your organization so that you can design a rollout that actually speaks to that and to the work that you're doing. So that's really, I love seeing those stories. I think we need to amplify those stories even more than the ones that we hear that we have concerns about. So just know that there's positive things happening out there. I think
Yeah.
Heather's going to come back now. There she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, absolutely. And I love the title of this one that sort of leads into that. Instead of, those movie trailers that are like, in a world, this one is helping the AI agent, helping you crush it at work. I love it. Like crushing it at work. We all want to do that, right?
Yep.
So,
You
yeah.
do every day, Heather. You crush it at work every single day. So we're all happy about that. I'll leave this one to you.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, this is a cool story. Researcher is one of several AI agents tools for automated tasks available in Copilot 365. I love Researcher. I brought it into a keynote recently where I showed people how to use Researcher and create. Researcher did a huge paper for me. I was asking it questions about women and AI and jobs and menopause, and it created like a 21-page paper about all of that. I've given that a couple of times. So, Researcher is amazing because it can gather really extensive information, do deep analysis, and you can ask it clarifying questions to understand your results and contextualize the answers. And you can also choose the model it uses. You can see the chain of thought. It has amazing references, and you can make sure you know exactly where the data is coming from because it bookmarks all of those things out into the world. So it also only uses the data you're allowed to access inside your organization's security and privacy policies. Vanessa Ho has written a great article about helping you crush it at work with Researcher. You should definitely check that out. And then flipping into another wonderful introduction of Microsoft Agent Framework. So Azure AI Foundry team announced a bunch of new great capabilities that make it easier for developers to build, observe, and govern multi-agent systems. So, and also closing that trust gap with AI. So with agentic AI adoption, you're accelerating, so much, according to Waterhouse Cooper, the complexity of managing systems, is increasing. And so developers are looking at fragmented tooling, and they're struggling to ensure agents behave responsibly, and with responsibility. So our latest Azure AI Foundry addresses these challenges head on. So you can definitely take a look at this, and there's a great video that shows you all about it. Let's roll it, Aaron.
Developers have embraced two of the most popular open source agent frameworks, Semantic Kernel, known for enterprise stability and connectors, AutoGen, which pioneered multi-agent collaboration and orchestration. Now, we've unified the best of both into one open foundation, the Microsoft Agent Framework. It's open, portable, and built on standards like MCP, A2A, and OpenAPI. So agents can connect across systems, databases, frameworks like Redis, Elasticsearch, LangChain, Crew AI, and more. Shaped with the developer community, it brings research innovation into a production-ready SDK with observability and security built in. Agents built with the framework get out-of-the-box tracing support and Foundry observability. Microsoft Agent Framework also powers multi-agent orchestration inside Azure AI Foundry. Start building today at aka.ms/agent framework.
That is so cool. I think this is going to have a great impact on our developer community. So shout out to the team on that. Another big announcement, quick shout out for the new Microsoft logos that came out last week. So as we roll out refreshed, I should say icons, not logos, icons for Microsoft 365 apps. Small but significant design changes are usually, just a great reflection and signal. And they really encapsulate how AI is shifting the discipline of design and the nature of product development. So as a symbol, they embody an ethos, rooted in connection and coherence and fluid collaboration. And these principles guided previous redesigns. And so that meaning shifts a little bit. Connection today isn't just about, visual consistency so much as it is really the seamless flow of human intent across the canvas. So check out those new icons. They're really, really cool. And with that, I'm going to get us into our product segment with Karuana and Arvind, who's going to come back. And I think, Karuana, talk to us about this Copilot OneDrive event that we have been hyping up coming on the 8th. Yes.
I know. I'm really excited that it's finally here. Let's just bring Arvind on. Let's just start talking about that right now. Because the OneDrive event, this is an annual event, Arvind. You've been involved with this for a while, right?
Yeah. So this is the third year that we're doing it. And I would say every year it's just gotten bigger and bigger. As you know, OneDrive addresses a lot of audiences, right? Like whether it's consumer or commercial. We generally have to serve everybody. And so this year's show really focuses on that and brings that home. We've got a lot of really cool things that we're going to be showing. Let's see. Some of my favorite things, obviously there's Copilot. How can you do a show called OneDrive and Copilot without showing some OneDrive and Copilot features? So we're showing some things like audio overviews, some other things like being able to summarize documents, and from PDFs and things like that. I would also say for the audience out there, they're going to be extremely excited by some of the things that we're showing around sharing.
Oh, I know there's so much that you all have been doing. Now, don't give away all the secrets. I don't want you to give everything away because we have to make sure there's so much that's going on there. So just to be really clear with everyone, this is October 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. You can find us right here on the Microsoft Community Channel. You can find us on YouTube. We're streaming everywhere. This link will allow you to get to it, plus all of the new content that we are creating for OneDrive adoption, which we're very, very excited about. So I had the privilege of getting to work on this with the team, helping them pull the recording together. And we had so much fun. Did you have fun in the studio, Arvind?
I did. I always did. I mean, I think one, it's really fun working with you. You're a great showrunner, and I think you make us look really, really good, I'd say. But also just a lot of people don't know that, or unless they watched all your backstage videos, like Microsoft's got a pretty intense studio setup, and it's like it makes their shows look really good. And so hopefully that comes across when everybody watches it on October 8th.
I know it's really, I mean, it's like working in an actual television station, a broadcast grade television station. It's been such a privilege to work in studios and get that experience. I think we have a little fun clip that we can run of some good stuff, and we've got the promo for the show. So Aaron, our wonderful producer, why don't you roll that package? Okay, we made it. We are here at Studio A. This is where the OneDrive team is doing their event shoot. These studios are fantastic at Microsoft. They're really awesome. Let's see if we can go find the team. I think I found them. Let's see what they're doing. Hey, OneDrive team, say hey to everybody. We're doing our behind the scenes shoot. That's excellent. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see who else we can find. Come on over here. This is the actual stage setup itself. I love these stages because they're so professional and they allow us to do great work on behalf of our customers. Look, we found him. We tracked him down. Yeah. He really was coming over here. He didn't just walk in my shot for no reason. He was really coming here. Now we want you to go check out the OneDrive event. LinkedIn, YouTube, Microsoft Tech Community, everywhere you can stream us, we'll be there, and you can see us on demand. So go check out aka.ms OneDrive event, and I'll see you there. Oh, goodness. Well, I hope that everybody knows how much fun we have and the fantastic story we have to tell. And Arvind, you really bring so much product insight and insight about what customers really need. I know everyone appreciates that. And thank you for joining us on Mondays at Microsoft. This is special.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. And thank you for being just an excellent partner in producing the October 8th event show.
No one will miss it now. We've told them all the places they can find us. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, we're going to bring Heather back now, and she's going to tell you what's happening in the Power Platform Community Conference. Oh, my goodness. That is another big thing. Throw your hand up if you're going to MPPC. Yay!
Put your hands up. Yeah, for sure. It's so exciting. Yeah, we are squarely in October. So, I had to bring some October bling for sure for everybody. So brought the sequins. And yeah, the Power Platform Community Conference is coming up in Las Vegas last week of the month. It's going to be awesome. Just this wave of innovation and really spotlighting the transformative power of Copilot agents and low-code apps, something near and dear to my heart. Have worked on this team, produced this show for a couple of years, and it's in its fourth year now. The event brings together developers, IT leaders, and partners to explore the future of business applications. There's hands-on workshops, technical sessions, and the first ever agent hackathon, which is going to be super cool. Microsoft Copilot Studio is going to take center stage with all the new capabilities, publishing agents to WhatsApp, connecting agents to SharePoint, and enriching them with third-party data. So it's going to be an awesome, awesome show. There's all kinds of things, great content. I'm keynotes with Charles Lamanna, of course, and then also lots of community activities as well. And I saw on the website, Christina Aguilera, I'm a genie in a bottle, baby, is going to be singing. Oh my goodness. Like what? ridiculous, right? That's so fun. So definitely check out the Power Platform Community Conference. It's going to be great. And I wanted to jump into our community events segment. And Caruana, I want to pull you back up while we're talking about this, if you don't mind. So, Erin, pull Caruana back up. I had to sing a little Christina. You know,
did.
like,
That was epic. I was cracking up. That's one of my favorite songs. So yes, you had to do it. Somebody
super
had to
fun.
do it, and it shouldn't have
Yeah.
been me. It should have
Yeah.
definitely been you. Sequins, singing, it's all
Well,
good.
Anywho,
I couldn't meet you in the sequin bling today. I'm a little more,
okay,
little
yeah,
more
it's
still
all
in the
it's all
trees
good.
here.
It's actually the green and the orange. I don't know. There's something going on here in the air and the ether. You all know. You all know. Anyway, so this is super cool. 3 years of communitydays.org. You know, a movement really built on connection. So this week coming up, we've got, you know, we're celebrating this major milestone, this grassroots initiative that really transformed, you know, Microsoft communities, how we connect and grow and collaborate. Something that came out of the pandemic, also came out of, you know, things change. People who volunteer and give their time and energy, you know, sometimes they move on, sometimes they retire, sometimes things run their course, right? That's life. And so SharePoint Saturdays, the wonderful folks, Susan and Eric, who ran that wonderful .org, spsevents.org, they decided to close that down. And it sort of happened during the pandemic. And so, you know, there was this big, like, you know, Caruana and I, you know, saw this. Jeff Teeper was involved, our president, you know, of like, hey, you know, what's going to happen with all of this stuff? And, you know, our SharePoint Saturdays or something like it going to continue? You know, what's going to happen? And so the community, it was a Facebook post, you know, that you and I we read, and people were talking about it. And Tom Daly, who is a Microsoft MVP out of New York, New Jersey, and also another bunch of folks that were thinking about things with Jason and Manpreet as well, said, hey, you know what, we're going to create a site, and we're going to bring this back to make sure that we don't lose the momentum. And so communitydays.org was born. And it really, you know, has continued the history of SharePoint Saturdays, you know, bringing together thousands of professionals and students and enthusiasts. And so this is a site that's built by the community, that is housed on Microsoft infrastructure. So, you know, the vision was just, you know, make sure we have a place for event producers who are putting up, you know, local community technical skilling events, has a place, you know, to advertise and to, you know, do calls for speakers and calls for sponsors and all of those sorts of things. So it's been really incredible. And over the last 3 years, I believe we've had 394 events listed, which is super cool. So we will do some celebrating. I'm going to be in New York this coming week. This week at the Experts Live New York event. And Adam Harmitz is going to talk about the history and his keynote. And we're going to do a little bit of celebrating. So thank you to Tom, and thank you to Jason Riviera and Manpreet Singh, and all of you who have been involved. Soho Dragon, who has sponsored it from the start. It's super great. So definitely check out, there'll be a blog going up this week on it as well. And we're going to do a quick look at the events. Erin, let's do those really quickly since we're at time. But we have had so much going on in the past, just so many events. It is event season, everybody. So that's what's happened in the free event world. What we have coming up, there's a million gazillion technical term, yes, events coming up in September and October. Communitydays.org is ripe with amazing events for you to do calls for content, to be a speaker, to, if you want to sponsor, if you want to be involved, if you want to volunteer. All of these events are always looking for great people like you to be involved with them. And then we've got our paid events that are coming up too. There's just a ton of them. Like I said, Power Platform Community Conference Ignite is coming up, which is also has a free version digital online. And a bunch of us are all going to ESPC in Dublin, Ireland. Super excited about that one as well. But all of these great events in M365, Power Platform, Dynamics 365, Azure, Copilot. There's so much going on, everybody. So definitely check out communitydays.org as a great place for events, and also all the community calls you could ever want to go to as well. So lots and lots of stuff happening. We've got tons of resources for you always as well. And I think I've seen this the chat just go bananas on all of the different
So
ways.
many,
Are
so
you-
many great ideas about Excel and how we've used it over the years.
Yeah.
You know, how amazing. A big shout out to that team. You know, I know sometimes you're not working on the thing that everybody's talking about, and maybe you feel like your work isn't as sexy or important. But let me tell
Yeah.
you something. When millions of people around the world have come up with all of these creative ideas to use your product is essential and important. And I really appreciate everyone in Excel. So that is fantastic. I appreciate all the stuff that's going on right now, from events to
Yeah.
innovation and the workforce transformation that we're seeing to make better human connections. So we're going to keep talking about that. We're going to keep talking about that right here at Mondays at Microsoft. Like we said before, thank you for joining. Share with your friends. Watch us live or on demand. And we will be back. We will be back in 2 weeks and
2
do it
weeks.
all again. And don't forget
Absolutely.
about the OneDrive event Wednesday morning. We'll see you there.
Awesome. Have a great week, everybody. Bye, Karuana.
Bye.
Thank you.